have to wait for the earlies to ripen, and once the main crop ripen, they're all ripen together, so you can just crack on. But it's very fun.
Yeah.
And it's a very fashionable part.
Yeah.
Sort of the equivalent of. The standout from this year really is there's just so many apples, and when they go to make cider, they will love them because they are sweet. There's not lots of water in them. There's a lot of sugar, which is what the cider maker requires. This is an old-fashioned variety from Devon called Brown's apple. You see, it's got this lovely red colour. Beautiful apple, very high yielder. Yeah, it's a very ornamental apple. There's really lovely lustrous red. The whole tree becomes covered in them on a long year. You always have challenges when you're farming, always, and 99% of them relate to the weather. And sometimes it's not how much you have, it's how little you have. You just can't tell. I very much feel as though I'm in the lap of the gods. There are things you can do to tinker around the edges, but that is all you're doing. And in my opinion, if you think you can do anything else, you're only heading for disappointment, because the weather is just everything.
So how come did you move to Somerset then for the orchard?
No.
Oh wow. Okay.
There's no schools.
Oh really?
Yeah, good shot. Yes, apples are, I suppose, pretty much our national fruit. I mean, they're always available. You can store them, so that they're always available to buy. In the southwest, we tend to grow cider apples. It's one of the main centres of cider making, and most of the varieties you see in Somerset are destined for the bottle.
This year at the Shannon's Orchard, we've had a monster harvest. We're going to have exceptionally sweet apples and an incredibly large amount of them. My family have been making cider here in Somerset for over 180 years. We started just across the road in a pub. In my time, I haven't seen a harvest quite like this. Not only the volume, where in comparison to last year where we made 1,000 tonnes, this year we're looking at more like 2,500 to 3,000. Also the sweetness that we're going to be getting from this summer's sun, nothing like I've seen before. Here in Somerset, we've just started the harvest season, which will go on to the end of November. The apples come into the pits and get tipped. They then get transported with water to the presses, and then that apple juice gets moved to the vats and fermented into cider. We then move it to aging, where they can age for anywhere up to 1 year to 5-6 years. When it comes to making fine cider, the terroir and the growing conditions are incredibly important to the end product. We are starting to notice that there's more heat and warmth in the spring and summer, which does bring a sweetness to the apples, but then we do have challenges with more rain when we come to harvest, which just makes it a lot harder for us. So there's pros and cons to these changing conditions. Tasting good.